The flashing red lights bled into my rearview mirror. I pulled over, silent, steady. The sheriff walked up, my wife's brother. His eyes avoided mine. He opened my back door, leaned in too casually, and left a small black bag on the seat. White powder spilled through the zipper like snow. "Step out of the car," he said. Cuffs clicked around my wrists. The steel was cold, clinical. I didn't resist. He wanted me to. He wanted the fight. Court came quickly. My wife sat across from me, face calm, lips rehearsed. "He's dangerous," she told the judge, her voice trembling at the right moments. "He's been hiding things from us. I was afraid for my life." Her lawyer nodded, feeding her cues. The room believed her. The judge turned to me. "Your defense?" I asked for one phone call. They smirked. She smiled. My brother-in-law crossed his arms. 15 minutes later, the doors opened. Military police walked in. Their boots struck the floor like gunfire. They arrested her. They arrested him. The judge and her lawyer turned pale, and I said nothing. The betrayal didn't start in that courtroom. It began long before. I remember the first sign. Her eyes shifting away when she answered the phone. Her laughter softening into whispers when I walked into the room. At first I told myself I was imagining it. A soldier's paranoia. Distance playing tricks on me. But then came the nights she stayed late grading papers. The scent of cologne that wasn't mine clinging to her skin. Her brother, the sheriff, visited often. Too often. His gaze lingered on her longer than blood should. I dismissed it, because marriage is built on trust, or so I thought. But trust is a currency, and she spent mine recklessly. I watched. I listened. I said nothing. I began quietly, patterns first. Her calls spiked every time I left base, numbers saved under women's names that never answered when I tried. Then records. I had access. A soldier knows how to find things without leaving fingerprints. One number repeated more than the rest. I traced it. It led back to the sheriff's personal line. I tested the silence. I kissed her cheek one morning, told her I loved her, and watched her flinch as though I'd spoken a lie. That was when the rage stopped burning hot. It froze. Ice runs deeper than fire. Fire consumes itself. Ice endures. I pulled strings. A DNA test, subtle, unspoken. My daughter's brush, my toothbrush. Samples sent quietly through military channels. While she laughed in the kitchen with him, while they thought I was blind. I smiled. I waited. The results came in a sealed envelope. I opened it at my desk. Words printed in black. Clinical, undeniable. My daughter, not mine. The air didn't move. My pulse didn't race. It slowed. I read it twice, 3 times, then folded it back into the envelope as though it were nothing but junk mail. That night, she asked me about dinner. I set the envelope on the table, slid it across the wood without a word. She opened it. Her hands shook before her lips did. Her eyes darted to me, searching, begging. I didn't blink. "Who told you?" she whispered. I leaned back in my chair. Truth doesn't need a messenger. She broke. Her face collapsed in on itself. Tears, gasps, the whole trembling theater of guilt. I watched in silence. She thought she had destroyed me in that courtroom. She thought perjury, staged evidence, and a sheriff's badge were enough to erase me. But she had forgotten one thing. I wasn't a civilian. My one phone call wasn't to a lawyer. It was to command. The military police arrived with precision. Not for me, for her, for him. Charges, conspiracy, evidence tampering, collusion. The look on her face when the cuffs clicked around her wrists, priceless. Not fear, not anger, pure realization. That I had known. That every step had been calculated. Every silence sharpened into a blade. Her brother cursed. She wept. I sat there, hands folded, calm as stone. The judge didn't look at me. He stared at the floor. Everyone did. They led them away. The echoes of their footsteps followed them down the hall until nothing remained but silence. I wasn't free. Freedom wasn't the point. Clarity was. I understood then. Love is not lost in one betrayal. It erodes piece by piece until the person you trusted becomes a stranger sitting across the table, rehearsing lies. I didn't grieve her. I didn't grieve the child. Both belonged to him, not me. I walked out of that courtroom lighter, not happier, just unchained. And as the doors closed behind me, I knew the final truth. They hadn't destroyed me. They had freed me.